This is Dan Dix here, reporting for Press for Truth, and today I'm happy to say, in your face, CSIS. I know you've been all up in my face and my business for years now, so now it's your turn. Federal Court of Canada has just ruled that data collection by CSIS is illegal. Canada's domestic spy agency has been playing by NSA rules lately, collecting huge, massive amounts of data on individual Canadians. Of course, it didn't take a federal court for us to know that this was unlawful, but it is nice to see that the courts do see it in this way. And additionally, these CSIS agents actually lied to these judges about this data collection, so I'm sure that helped. But there is bad news behind this ruling. For starters, I'm sure CSIS is just going to ask the NSA for their data collection on Canadians. But even more so, the courts affirmed that Canada's spy agency does not even need a warrant to get Canadian tax information. But of course, the sheep are going to tell you if you haven't done anything wrong, then you should have nothing to hide, forgetting the fact that CSIS will doctor these tax records for their own purposes. Just look at the controversy with Donald Trump and his tax returns. If a powerful Canadian figure ever posed a threat to the establishment, well, the CSIS already has their tax information on file without needing a warrant. And since 9/11, and even further back than 9/11, CSIS has really been pushing the legal boundaries. So while markets collect data to cater to individual advertisers and individual tastes, CSIS collects data to set up pre-crime. That means using internet searches and buying history to deduce if someone is a threat. Should CSIS be allowed to wiretap indefinitely? Compile as much information on as many people as they can? The federal court ruled no, and that under the 1984 CSIS Act, an ironic year for Canadians to establish a spy agency, under that act it says that CSIS can only hold on to data if it's strictly necessary. But rules have never stopped power-hungry agents before. When it comes to stopping terrorism, counter-terrorism is above the law, or so goes the zeitgeist. But CSIS took one step too many. The federal court ruled for the second time in 3 years that CSIS has not been truthful about its wiretapping. It took 4 days of on-back hearings, several witnesses, and 5 affidavits for the CSIS to explain the associated data retention program and to answer the designated judge's questions. Justice Noel wrote. He stressed that CSIS cannot abuse its unique position and has certainly not enhanced the court's trust. But of course, we, the taxpayers, do not have the option of not paying for bad government. And if your answer is to just vote them out, then take a look at who the masses elected in last year's election. A popularity contest is not the correct remedy for corruption. CSIS did say that they would stop analyzing this data, but they didn't say they would destroy it. Of course, the problem here, at least from the standpoint of statists and spies, is that the 1984 CSIS Act can just simply not keep up with current trends. Instead of recognizing that they went overboard and violated the privacy of Canadians, the Public Safety Minister Ralph Goodale released a statement suggesting legislative changes. The CSIS Act is now more than 30 years old and showing its age as global affairs, threat profiles, technology, and public expectations have rapidly evolved. Public expectations that have rapidly evolved is just doublespeak for CSIS should track and monitor your data. It's for public safety. The fact that the federal court said this violates our Canadian rights just means we need to define what kind of rights we have here, or how many. Fact is, CSIS no longer needs a warrant to collect information from Canada's Tax Revenue Agency, and this is a byproduct of Bill C-51, the supposed anti-terrorism legislation. An unpopular piece of legislation under law societies and judges, it became law under the Conservatives. The Liberals campaigned on modifying elements of this law to better protect the rights of Canadians. So far, they haven't come close. Our battle, my friends, lies with the state. Be sure to check the links in the description to find all the sources to this video, and also to how you can support us here at Press for Truth by either becoming a member or a PFT patron. And stay tuned, guys. We got more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth.